Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
Welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various Black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various Black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and tonight we got Adam.
Yeah.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. And we got James.
I'm just trying not to get fined.
As usual, once again, I want to thank y'all for checking out the podcast. Make sure on your way in to subscribe, like, hit that bell. Of course, if you're on YouTube, if you're on the audio platforms, make sure to just subscribe and become a part of this community that we're trying to build. Also, just so you know, like I always talk about, we also have a clips channel, Fit the Description. Make sure to go ahead and check out that channel because I know these podcasts are pretty long. So if you just want to get short little snippets of our podcast, check out the clips channel.
Check it out.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I was like, again, I don't know, we've talked about it before. I always had a hustle because I was like, I mean, my childhood was filled with adult stuff. I mean, shit, I was driving when I was like 12.
Damn. Yeah, not well, no, I mean I can't say that. I mean, yeah, my mom would like, you know how when you're a kid, your parent will let you drive on the lap.
No, bro, I was driving to work.
Oh, okay. Shout out to you, man.
They were like, you gotta hurry up, open the shop. All right, bet. And it was like not down the street. It was like 3 or 4 cities away. So I was on the freeway.
Oh, damn.
I was just a taller, bigger dude. So they were like, nobody's gonna sweat you. I was over 6 foot. They were like, nah, they ain't gonna sweat you at all. I was like 6'1" or something like that. So nope. They was like, go ahead, tip the work, open the store, work, and then, come home. And that was before cell phones. So if anything happened, I was out.
Yeah.
So I'll be sliding down the 15 freeway like, yep, all right, gotta get to work.
Man, I'll put it like this. So that's a good environment to be raised in. Because I know I didn't have it like that. Well, I mean, I think I told you, like, I've always wanted to. I just never knew how to. Like, I never had any direction on how to. So, and like I said, so I went through, like I said, the normal process of go to school, go to college, get a job,
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, like I told you, people use me as an example of why it doesn't work. Rightfully so. But the thing is I think that people always notice that about me was I've always had a work ethic and always had that spirit. I just never had any direction on how to do it and how to get it. And that was always my issue. Like I never knew how to because I never had anybody tell me, a lot of things I had to do, I had to figure out on my own. I never had it where like I said, like probably just all my family, they had businesses, but by the time I came on this earth, they all sold them. Like they all sold it. Like my family used to own farmland, they sold that. My family used to own land, they sold it. My great grandma and great grandpa, they used to own a cafe that was sold. So yeah, so by the time I came on this earth, all what you're talking about, yeah, that it was already gone. Go ahead.
I mean, I get it, but it's like it wasn't like somebody gave me a blueprint. I just wanted I wanted money. I mean, some of the I did was complete failure, like 100% failure. But I mean, I look back on it like, damn, why did I even do that? But it's a learning process. If you take it as learning curve, then you'll be all right. If you just take it like, oh, I just failed, I'm a loser or something like that, you're just never gonna. It's just never gonna work.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, I was never a person that was afraid to fail. like I get what you're saying. Like there was never no blueprint, but I just never had any direction. You know, like I never had anybody. Hey, you could do this, do that, do this, do this. Like I never. I always wanted to go get it. I just never knew kind of like where do I go, where's that, who do I go to? You know, like there wasn't that much. Where I grew up, there wasn't much of that where I was at, where like, oh yeah, you go do this person, do this person, do this. Like it wasn't like that. Like you gotta know people in a way.
Yeah, but you make your presence known, and that's how you get to know people. I mean, again, like I said,
agree.
I've failed, my share of times, but then also in that same aspect, like I've had a bunch of success.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like somebody held my hand and was like, yeah, you got to do it like this, you got to do it like that. And you said you weren't afraid to fail. That's a good statement. Mine was, I'm not afraid to fail big. Like I will detonate the planet when I fail. It's like, okay, yeah, that was really bad. Like we should really never do that again. Like, wow, I can't believe, I mean, holy crap, that's gonna go in the history books. They're gonna write songs about that failure.
Oh man, I think somebody told me before, you know, what makes a difference between a person who's gonna make it or not is it's what you do after you fail. The ones that fail and give up are the ones that would never really, you know, that would never really get anywhere. But the ones that will fail and then get up and keep going, those are usually the ones that make it, from my understanding.
I mean, you always have to have a winning point, but I always tell people, don't judge people on their successes, judge them on their failures, because
I hear that a lot.
The bigger the failure, if you can get up from it and make a success out of it, then that's a person that's pretty badass. But if you're just gonna fail and stay down there, well, then that's it. What do they say? They say failure is inevitable, but staying down is a choice.
I've heard that before.
You heard it from me. I've said it on you.
Oh, fair enough. Fair
but
enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just is what it is, dude. Like, yeah, my life was very, very different than most kids. But I mean, I always wanted money, so I had to get it.
Yeah. No, I definitely get that. Yeah, no, it definitely was. But like, you know, I kind of go back to always like that first job. And the reason why I even brought it up, because I was just kind of thinking about like, because my first job was actually Target.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that job, and you know, I just look back at the time. I mean, number one, I always look back at like, man, if I knew what I knew now, like everybody says, I mean, like all of us would say, we would all probably be billionaires. But I just go back at the time at Target, and I just remember like getting that first job, man. I was happy and like super hopeful, and I remember like my paycheck was like, I was making like, what is it, like $600 every paycheck, and like that was a lot of money. I'm like, I never made that much.
Wow.
Nah, dude, I tell people I was broke for a very long time.
Bro, you're insane.
I remember you working there, man.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Dude,
my first job was Barnes and Nobles, and I loved the hell out of that job for 3 reasons. One, I got to take books home and read them, and I love reading books. 2, I got 50% off at Starbucks, and 3, I got 20% off at GameStop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I remember I used to have to take the bus to work, and every day I had to literally get off the bus and run to work. Because if I didn't run to work, I would be late.
Wow.
So I had to jump off the bus and run all the way from basically from the park all the way to my job just to make it every day. And because the problem was the bus literally, like I would get on there, they would stop and take like a half an hour break every single time.
Oh yeah, they don't let anyone on or off at that time.
Yeah. sucked. I was pissed. And so every day I had to deal with that. I had to run to work.
I'm still laughing, dude.
Mhm.
Holy shit. I mean, you can now that shows the age gap. You said you were banking $600 a check.
Yeah.
Wow. What the hell was your minimum wage?
My minimum wage, I think it was $8 an hour when I first started.
That's hilarious. You know what minimum wage was when I started working, bro?
What?
$4.25.
Oh, that's criminal.
That was it. $4.25, bro.
Mm-hmm. Now you making $8 an hour.
What was this at? In LA?
What do you mean? That was the national average, $4.25. Actually, in California, it was
yeah. That's something.
In California, it was $4.75.
When did $8 start? Because that's the only time I remember that what the minimum was.
That's why we keep talking about this, because G doesn't understand the gap between us. Like, our minimum wage was $4.75 in California. National was $4.25.
How much was a damn house at that time?
Dirt cheap. You could get a house. You could get a 5-bedroom house for like $100,000.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense now.
No, tell them about the McDonald's thing that you always tell me about.
What?
The house with working at McDonald's.
Oh, that people can get a house working at McDonald's?
What the?
Right. I said the same thing.
Well, I mean, I don't think I really said that. Well, I mean, I kind of just broke down the numbers to you. I just said that, like, there was a big joke running around like a year ago that, like, look at Married with Children. Like, anybody watch Married with Children, they don't. Yeah, everybody thought that was so sad, but think about it. That dude worked at a shoe store in the mall making minimum wage and was not good, so he didn't make any commission. He had a wife that didn't work and 2 kids, a dog, and a car. And that
let's not forget that his wife had a shopping problem. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like to me.
exactly, right? But he still could afford a house. Nobody quite gets that. Now,
I take it back as that was a whole. I'm like, that's a whole nother time when they was able to get that done, do that type of stuff. You know, especially if you're not living in like California. Like if that was another state, then I'm like, yeah, I can definitely see that. But like the higher end states like California, some areas in New York, I know those are like East and West Coast differences, but that's really all I can think of right now. That's going to give you like no, Washington still, you can still do Washington. That's still affordable, just not Seattle. But yeah, just certain areas where it's like the population was just huge and everyone wanted to move there. If it was like other places where, you know, you had like 100,000, 1 million people, maybe 700, 800,000 people living there, then I can definitely see, like, you know, you getting a house for that much.
But no, we're talking about, well, like California, you get, but then you got to think about it. We were doing, like, okay, the minimum wage is $4.75. But again, like I said before, I refused to take minimum wage. So when I got hired at Best Buy, I made $6.80. And I was like, I'm the man, I'm the kingpin. I'm making damn near $7.
Test.
My check. Stop saying test. My checks.
My mic got disconnected. I had to fix it. Go ahead.
No, shut up. My fucking my checks every 2 weeks, being a part-time, full-time student, part-time at Best Buy, I was making like $220 after taxes a check. That's why I was laughing when he said 600. So for the month, I would maybe clear $500. But gas was like $1.15 a gallon. So we could literally link up, like, all right, we got 4 homies. Look, check it out. Everybody put in $5 and we got $20. That's gonna fill the tank, and we're gonna drive. We're gonna go to the parties. We're gonna chill. we gonna throw parties. I mean, we had money. Like you had that money would sustain you for a month. So if you went full time, like full timers were making like $8. So let's say you made like $1,500 a month, or you was killing the game at that point. So yeah, you could actually afford because if you break it down, a house payment was like basically our professor said, do not rent an apartment, get a couple of homies in college, and you guys buy a house because you guys can pay the mortgage working whatever part-time minimum wage bootleg ass job you got. Now you can't do that though.
Or you need more people. But your professor was smart to even mention that, like not a lot of professors end up saying that or giving that type of insider knowledge, because it's like, hey, this is what you want to do, especially for those who had, like that spirit to work, or they had a little bit of money, like, yeah, I can do something, like I'll do it with this instead of just kind of like wasting it on this and that. There's nothing wrong with wasting, having fun, but have your priorities straight first, then you can have your fun and everything. And not everyone in college, understands that, knows that, or even they're not even told that.
Yeah, well, we didn't listen. We rented an apartment in Vegas and went and party. Shout out to Mr. Wilcox, though. That fool was the G. He put us on a lot of games. He explained the whole system to us. We was ready.
Yeah, I never I don't know if Adam, but I know my teacher, they never gave us that.
My accounting teacher told me some things, but I didn't really listen to it because it was too late. It's like, hey, you want to do this, this, and this, but he told us, but he didn't really teach us. It's one thing to say, oh, you want to get this stock and this stock and this stock. It's another thing to be like, well, we're 17 and 18. Where do I go to buy a stock? What, like, give me some more information about this, So that's kind of my thing. I knew what stocks were. I just didn't know how to buy them, how to do anything. I thought you had to go through like the banks and everything to get it.
Dude,
I was in the dark for a long time.
Dude, it is BS because I was just watching a YouTube video of this dude and he's like, yeah, I have a freaking class and I teach my students on how to buy stocks and buy crypto. And he was like, yeah, I have one of my students wound up having 100 Bitcoins. I'm like, why else do we get teachers like that?
That would have been nice.
Because you didn't want the tough teachers.
No, I never had them.
Because you never wanted the tough teachers.
I never had them.
Because you never wanted the tough teachers.
Well, in high school, yeah, they're just assigned to you. You don't really, you don't really know that or see that until you get to college.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
he's 100% right.
No, at my high school, you could adjust. Well, again, it's just that it honestly depends, but you could adjust your schedule at my high school. And
the only way you could do that is because you had no. The only way you could do that is you had actual legitimate issues with the teacher. If you had a legitimate issues, then they'll let you switch. But that's the only way.
Didn't even know that. The only time I knew that anything would happen is an elective class. That's it. Like everything else was like you got the teachers that they gave you and that was it. But you got to choose your elective.
Yeah.
And then but you had to choose your elective from the pool. And then when you got to your senior year, and probably your junior or senior, one of the two, depending on how your grades were, how many classes you passed, or if you were ahead of schedule, then you get to pick the classes you wanted to take in junior, but you definitely got to do that in senior. Because I know I took engineering in my senior year. I loved it.
I don't know anything about the senior year, so you got to put me on game on that.
So at the school, you got to choose your elective. My elective for my junior was wood. I wanted to do woodworking and metal.
I know about junior. I don't know about senior.
Senior was the same thing. So you got to pick depending on the grades and the classes you got to take, you took already, you either got to pick from this area or you have to pick from this area. And in this area, you had other classes like engineering, computer was like anything that anyone could take, but the engineering, you have to have passed a certain class and have to be within a certain grade to jump into the engineering class. And I was able to do that. But and that was for my junior. But before I jumped into engineering, I wanted to do the wood shop and metalworking. And I was in it for 2 days. And then they took me out of it. And then they put me in the engineering class. But engineering was my second choice. And wood shop, metal shop was my first choice. And I don't know, they never explained to me what happened. But in my senior year, I took two different electives. One was accounting, but with accounting, that's where I learned about stocks. So it wasn't just accounting; it was like mixed. And then with the same one, I was the teacher's teacher's aide for the same class. So for one day, one of the classes on one day, I went ahead and I would just take the class. And then on the other day, because how it was ABC and right ABC class, 3 classes per day. No. On the other days, I would be his TA.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You see me like, well, actually, no, I didn't finish my senior year. I had to leave because basically my school told me, they said, even if I got a 4.0, I still wouldn't graduate. So I wound up leaving. So I don't know about my senior. I graduated from, I had to graduate from adult school. I didn't get to graduate from high school. So
It's still interesting though, because as much as they talk about LA school systems, like when I was a freshman, I took drafting in CAD.
oh wow, a freshman?
Yeah.
You took what?
Drafting in CAD.
When he was a freshman.
Drafting in CAD?
Yeah.
What's that?
Basically, like how you make blueprints.
Oh, okay.
No.
CAD is computer aided drafting.
Yeah, and you can make bank doing that too. You can make a lot of money.
Yep. And but then when I moved to the Diamond Bar, Pomona, they didn't have a CAD program. So that's when I ended up getting into FFA.
Okay, you lived in Diamond Bar?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's cool. I knew someone from Diamond Bar.
Well, I didn't get to go to Diamond Bar
story.
High. I didn't get to go to Diamond Bar High. I wasn't, I don't know the exact word for it, but yeah, I wouldn't have lasted it. I went to Ganesha. I went to Pomona.
Okay.
But yeah, I got an FFA in that joint. And then when I got to IE, I got put in wood shop, but I was already doing wood shop anyway. And then I still stayed in FFA. And then when someone finally figured out what I was capable of, they put me in retail marketing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still have my certificate. I was retail marketing employee of the year.
Okay.
And then I also did law enforcement.
Oh, you were the ops?
I got to do security. I got to do security at the mall over here.
Oh man.
Yeah. I was like, I'm putting in work on these suckers. Let's go.
You know, I know a couple of people who did security, and I'm not talking about Keith or B, but they used to tell me they used to have fun because they used to be able to tackle people and stuff. It used to be like, that's one thing that they loved about the job. They told me they used to be able to tackle people and like put people in like locks and stuff and arm bars.
We were like junior explorers type deal. So we really wasn't supposed to be putting our hands on people. But I mean, at that point, I was a beast. I was like lift-a-thon dude, like workout guy. So I was like, I was ready. I was ready to just put hands on anybody, especially because when you walking around the mall, them people is adults. And they look at me and they think I'm an adult, but I'm literally in high school. So I'm like, yeah, act up. The funniest thing in law enforcement, though, is to pass the class fully, you have to be pepper sprayed.
Oh.
Oh man, yeah. I've been pepper sprayed. I know.
Well, yeah, but it's a difference between like getting crowd control pepper sprayed and then actually doing it like in the class where they make you stand there and they're like, okay, you have two options. You can take the girl route or you can take the way that we treat the cops. And you're like,
I took
okay.
the way that they treated the cops. They sprayed it right above your eyebrow, right, and let it drip in your face,
Nope.
open up your eyes, and then you had to go. They didn't do that one.
No, the girl way is they spray it on a Q-tip and then they rub it right below your eye. The cop way is they just hit you with that shit like full force. Like, all right, stand here. All right. And they take the little can, they pop the top, and hit you with that. Oh, shit. Man. And then you just hit the ground. Like, there's usually somebody behind you to kind of hold you up. But yeah, then they try to put, they give you the bucket of water, like rinse your face out. But yeah, they give you a full shot, dude. That shit is no joke. You cannot breathe. I was like, these dudes ain't got no normal pepper spray, man. This shit is retarded. I don't know what this is, but I'm about to die. But yeah, they teach you how to do a crime scene and everything.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
Yeah.
I ended up running into that guy that taught the class because the dude who taught the law enforcement class was a real cop.
Okay.
And I ended up running into him like, I don't know, it had to have been like 10 years later. Just in the streets. And I was like, yo, Mr. Ellis. And he looked, he's like, what? I was like, oh, bro, I had law enforcement with you. He was like, really? I was like, wow, you're still a cop. And he was like, well, what are you doing now? I was like, I own a business. Like, I mean, hey, I guess we all have choices to make, right? I guess I was an asshole back then. I used to be addicted like everybody I met. I used to tell my teachers, yeah, I make more than you now. So, I mean, fuck did you teach me back then?
That is funny.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's always good times.
Yeah, no, I mean, me that I can remember my elective because it's all jump. I don't remember everything, but I do remember like because I wanted to go into video games, but So I remember I got to my freshman year. And freshman, you couldn't take.
What the fuck are you doing?
My bad. Don't nothing. My bad.
The hell? Yeah, my freshman. Hold on. Yeah, you know, I was just video. Wait a minute. Is the FBI at your house? Are you getting your phones tapped? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was playing Superboy, man.
Oh, man.
You hear windows wrestling and shit. This dude gonna be clowning and wave. Hold on. I hear something.
Oh, man. No, well,
the fuck, dude? Are you serious?
My bad. I'm still dealing with the.
Look at here, Smokey. Knock that shit off over there.
You know how I say I'm still dealing with like the residuals of COVID. That's all that is.
Nah, don't give me that shit. Yep, see, exactly like Smokey was. High in Devo's pigeon coop over there twitching and shit. I ain't been right ever since. Dude, tripping over there.
Oh man, COVID's a hell of a freaking sickness. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
But no, what I was saying is, like, so my freshman year, I wanted to get into video games, but so I think Ada remembers this. They started a program where, like, if you wanted to get your electives, like, if what's at your school, you had to travel to another school to do it. And I forgot. Because I was so bad they wouldn't let me do it. There's a reason. I think I had to do it either my grades or because I got into some trouble. So they wouldn't let me do it.
Your electives like that usually have a GPA requirement.
Yeah. So that's why I said I think it was my grades because yeah. So yeah.
In junior high school, I had an animation workshop.
Oh, that's tight. I didn't have animation till college, and I will never do animation again. But it was fun. But yeah, I don't like animation. I can't do it. I like modeling. I'll do 3D modeling. Yeah, that was fun, but I'll never do animation. But
The thing I got into before any of the other things I was talking about, I was into fashion. I loved fashion. I don't know. I know exactly where it started. I was reading magazines about it, and I liked the magazines. And then I ended up watching that movie. What is it? The Devil Wears Prada, right?
yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, I love this movie. I love this. I love all of this. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I went into one of my lectures. I was in the fashion class, and then I was in the fashion club. And then I ended up doing, the school had I forgot what it was, but it was something to do with fashion for the like all the seasons, and then what we would wear when we went to the prom. So I got into that. So I was on that whole little thing. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But then I seen how much it fucking was to go to Fitham when I went down there for the we took a school trip down there for the fashion class.
Yeah.
I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely gonna go here. This is before I found out that, yep, almost hit me. This is before I found out how much it was to go to fucking school. I thought that you just decided to go to the school that you wanted to go to. Like, it was a lot of things that wasn't explained to me or not, just told to me. Like, I just like, well, I'm going to go here. Oh, you have to apply. Okay, I'll apply. Okay, I'll apply. Okay, so how are you going to pay for it? What do you mean pay for it? I just apply for it. And if they pick me, I go here, right? Like, no, that's not how any of that works.
See, okay, hold on, wait. Hold on. James.
What?
I want to ask, what were you told about going to college? Like, can you tell me what? Because I'm gonna connect this all. But what were you told about going to college? Like, did you know that you had to pay for it, whatever? Like, what did you know about college back when you were?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Everybody told us you had to pay for college.
So
that was the grinding point. People were like, especially teachers in high school, they were like, think about it. You get paid to sit in a class in high school. That's why the teachers coddle you so much. But in college, the teachers don't care because you're paying for that class. So they get paid regardless off the top.
Yeah.
So
but my question is like, what were you told about college? That's kind of before, as a high schooler going into college. Like, what were you told? Like, did they tell you about college, how to apply, all that stuff? Did they give you all the information?
Yes. Fuck yes. I was part of the Future Business Leaders of America, the FBI. I mean, I was an unofficial member of like half the clubs at most of the schools. Because again, like I told you, I was selling product to the schools.
Okay.
So
yeah.
They really couldn't like pay me. So they were giving me stuff like they were giving me official titles in like Renaissance and all of that shit. So that meant I got access to like the Career Center. I got access to colleges, like the college visits and all that shit. So yeah, they pretty much spelled out what college was about with us.
Okay, so this is why I want because I'm kind of like Adam, where, and I think I said it before, but like what I was told about school, like I told you before, because I didn't even have to talk with my mom about college. All I was told was you go to school, you go to college, you get a job. And so the only thing I was told was like, if you want to go to college, you got to pass the SAT. Then once you pass the SAT, you just go straight to college. I was told you had to pay for it. I wasn't told what you had to do. I didn't know you could apply to different schools. You know, I like the only way I knew that you'll get like scholarships or whatever is if you're on a sports team. I didn't know that like you could actually get scholarships as a student. The only people I knew, the only people I knew were like the smart kids, like those smart kids, but they used to annoy everybody because they used to fuck shit up for everybody. But they were the only ones that really like, you know, would get scholarships through academics. So like I didn't even know like you could be bad at school and pay your way through college. Like I was never told none of that stuff. I was told the only way to go to college was to pass the SATs, which I didn't even take them because I left school. So and like I didn't even know about junior college. So somebody said, you know, you can just go to junior college. I'm like, what? Wait a minute, there's a junior college? I didn't know there was such a thing called junior college. So that's the reason.
Even and that's crazy. I don't mean to cut you off, G, but Lancaster High School. I know G didn't graduate from, but he still went there. Yeah. Lancaster High School is directly down the street from Enloe Valley Community College.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how we still didn't like know. You know, it's not. I'm not saying that was everybody. It was more people like that. That was among the group, because when we started speaking to people at the community college, you know, some of them said the same thing, that they didn't know, you know, that they found out or they was told later on, you know, about it. Because I didn't get into the university, so I thought that was just it for me. You know, like I was just gonna go off and do something else. I'm pretty sure, of course, where I'm at right now, I learned all this stuff on my own. But yeah, gee, I was just seconding that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool, because the only person I knew who went to like Enloe Valley College, but I didn't really get what she was saying, was this girl who used to go there, and the only reason why she would go there was to like sleep with guys on the football team. So yeah, so that's the only thing I really knew about ABC. I still didn't really like comprehend what she was saying. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? But yeah, the whole entire point of this entire conversation was, it's kind of funny when like you listen to James and like what he was told in school and like all the stuff that he was prepared for and what he was told and what we were told. It's a very big difference of like preparation for life.
Yeah. And you know, not only does it have to deal with like from what you was told in school and prepared for you in school, it's also the people you was around growing up as well.
Well, that's the thing, though.
I really didn't get around a lot outside. I was kind of like inside the what's the word? What word am I thinking of? My mom was overprotective. That's what I'll say to that shit.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing, and like, if you don't want me to say nothing to James, I'll cut it out. But like James has told me off the podcast, he wasn't a good guy back when he was that age.
Nope.
And he was around a lot of bullshit, and he still learned all that.
Mm-hmm.
So
because it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter what you're around, because you make what you make. So you like, yeah, I was around a lot of dumb shit and I did a lot of dumb shit, but like people don't understand. Like they're like, man, like when they look at like videos that I had from like high school, they were like, dude, you were fucking like out of control. But I still like got my grades and shit. Like I wasn't stupid. Like I just did stupid things. So
that was like that football player where like he was always he was like with all the bad guys, and then he graduated and he said all his friends turned on me, and he's like, yeah, I may have did what you guys did, but I still went to school and did my work.
Well, it's like my sister knew a dude. He was like these two guys, they would like never do their work or nothing like that. One guy didn't end up graduating. One guy was like damn near honor roll. We couldn't figure out how. Well, the one guy would just be like hanging out with everybody doing stupid things, but then he would always like get his work. Didn't matter if he had to go in the middle of the night when everybody was asleep, he would still do his shit, turn it in.
Yeah.
But nobody knew that. Like they just knew this dude as, he's the guy that hangs out with us and cracks jokes and acts stupid, but the guy wasn't dumb. He could understand all the concepts that were going on in class, really simple. so he wouldn't worry about it. He could just get his work done real quick, but he would hang out with everybody in the meantime. Like all the dumb shit I did, most of it was stupid and worthless, but I mean, I had fun doing it.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Like all the dumb shit that I did, like, yeah, I would never recommend it to anybody. And I tell people I'm very lucky. I should not, the way I got through life, I shouldn't have got through it. I got around a lot of bullshit that I didn't need to be into. Honestly, I didn't need to be nowhere part of that. So I got very lucky. I'll be honest. I tell you all the time. I'm very, very lucky. It's one of the reasons why I'm religious, because there's no reason why I should be able to walk out the way I walked out. No way. Like when I listen to you and your story, and you listen to me and Adam, and like when you talk about generational gap, and that's kind of my point is, when you listen to what the information you got, how you were set up. And so he's not lying. Like when you talk, like even when you talk about your teachers, we didn't have teachers like that. You sit down and say the tough teachers. No, like the tough teachers that we had were just fucking assholes. There was no like, oh, they were tough. No, they were tough because they were being fucking dicks.
That's true.
Yeah, it wasn't that. Oh, I want to work you. I want to work. The only time you got teachers like that, I'll be honest with you, was if they were younger. But any teacher that, and all we had, and Adam could vouch, all we had were old teachers, and they were all bitter, and they were all bitches.
I had one young teacher, but you was right on both those counts. As Mr. King really did care.
Mr. King. So you had Mr. King too?
I had Mr. King.
Mr. King was the shit.
Mr. King was the shit. He cared.
Yeah, he was cool as fuck. Yeah, I like Mr. King.
He said he knew people was gonna be ditching classes and shit. He straight up said it's like, if you guys are ditching class, listen, I'd rather you guys come to my class and ditch and learn and be in here than to be out there doing some dumb shit and get in trouble.
Yeah.
At least he was 100% honest, and people liked him, because he wasn't an asshole. He took his time. He cracked jokes. I won't say he was hard, but he was, I guess. Well, I would say at the time he was like a new generational teacher. He was. Because we was around all the older teachers, and he was the one young teacher. Yeah.
Do you know teachers? All the teachers used to go after him, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like, there's a lot of videos that he would show us, and a lot of teachers would complain and be like, "Oh, you can't show that." So there's like a lot of shows that he can show whatever, because he would show it, teachers will find out, and then it will go complain. Like teachers were on the teachers were on his ass all the fucking time. Like, yeah, they would try to fuck him up. But yeah, he was. Go ahead.
I was saying I understand the type of teachers that you're talking about that will be hard on you and everything, because they do want you to learn. But
I put it like this. I didn't have those.
Lancaster High School. I can't say every teacher was like that. Just the ones that we've had.
Yeah. I mean, I'll put it like this.
Just like how we had a. Oh, go ahead, G.
Yeah, no, I'll put it like this. I didn't have a teacher like that till I got to college. High school, no. Like there was no, like you talk about, you don't want an art teacher. No, art teachers were fucking assholes, and they didn't really teach you shit. They teach you enough. Yeah, were the teachers, they cared. Yeah, but they cared in their own fucking way, but they really didn't care. And they didn't really give you the information that you really needed to get through life. That's it. I mean, it's not even just I mean, even like I tell everybody, when I left high school, I was not prepared for the world on any level. I was not ready for the world. I did not leave high school feeling confident, like I can go out and fight the world. I know I had that confidence that I can go out and fight the world, but when I went out into the world, I realized I was not ready for it.
I'm right there with you. I didn't really learn anything until after high school.
Yeah.
After high school, I went to college. Of course, my mom was like, "You're going to go to college." So I went to college for a year. I learned things. I hung out. But I mainly just went there because I didn't want to. I was being forced to. So I didn't do the best. But that's when I learned about other things like Job Corps. Huh?
Adam, I just want to say this, man. Like, I really regret the fact that all of us left at that time when we were doing swagology, because I always say, man, if we would have stuck together by today, we would probably be millionaires right now. I tell
that day in a minute.
I know, but
I
like
remember that.
me and B talk about it all the time. And I always say, man, if that group of guys, if we all would have stuck together, I guarantee you today we would have been millionaires.
I remember I came. You guys were at. I think you guys were at the Food for Less on over there on the west side, and I was at my friend's Alana's house, and I went over there to meet you guys, or it was the Walmart, one or two. It was Food for Less or Walmart. No, it was Walmart. I walked over there and I hung out, and we was hanging out. I remember that. Started dancing in the store.
Yeah, that was at Michael's. Yep.
Oh, it was Michael's.
It was
Okay.
Michael's. Yep. Yeah, that video's still up too. But what I'm saying is, dude, I always like if you ever look back and you know what, I'm telling you, if we would have stuck together, dude, we would have been like a lot of these crews before they became, and we probably would have been millionaires. Because I'm telling you, if you look at us, especially at that age, I think B said that the only other group that was like us was in Bakersfield, but we were one of the only few Black young men crews that were like on the internet at the time when like YouTube and stuff was very, very young. And I always say, like, if we would have stuck together at least 2 more years, I think we would have been freaking millionaires.
I agree.
So that is one of my biggest regrets, that we didn't stick together. Like, I really wish that group of us would have stuck together. You look at where we're at now and like what we learned, all that stuff, you can't tell me, man, especially back then when we were like because we were all characters and we all had our own like personalities, but we all came together. And I know that because I remember like there's a point in time where everybody kind of wanted to be a part of us because we were very unique. And I always regret, and you know, I know people don't know who it is, but it started with Cam. And I hate it because once Cam left,
I remember Cam.
Huh?
I remember Cam.
Yes. And once Cam left, it was a domino effect because Cam left, then Pete left, then you left, then everybody started leaving. And then all that was left was me, B, and T. And I'm like, dude, if that first group of us would have stuck together, man, we would have been making money today. We would have been in a mansion.
What happened to T?
I mean, last time I talked to him, he's dancing now again. I mean, from my understanding, I think he got married, and I'm not sure what else. But yeah, that's all I really remember. But he's doing pretty well. Last time I saw him, he's doing okay. And then I guess he told me Cam moved to Vegas.
Oh, so he's out here with me.
Yeah, like everybody. So yeah, and then I don't know what happened to Pete. Last I heard Pete that he was going to go to the military, but then he had to he decided not to go because he had to take care of his brother. And that's the last I heard of him. And then you're here now. And then Keith, who was an unofficial member, he's on this podcast too. And then we have B. That was the original crew. And I just always look back at it. Like I even talked to T about it when I saw him. And I'm like, dude, we should have stuck together. He's like, I know. He's like, yeah, we should have. Because now that we see how what everything became today, to this day I will always regret that we didn't stick together. Because I guarantee, not like I told B, I do think money would have killed us. Absolutely, I think money would have broke us apart. But it's like I feel like if we would have stuck together at least for 2 years, 2 strong years, I think we would have made a crap ton of money. So it will always be my one big regret about that time that our crew didn't stick together. So yeah, Adam, F you for leaving to the military, man.
Man, I tried everything. I tried college, I tried work, and then I tried the military. I needed to see what fitted me the most. And the military fit me the most, but you know, I got out later on, politics and shit, and just wasn't really for me. I loved it though. I loved the brotherhood.
Yeah, but man,
that's what I'm looking for in that job. Like the brotherhood that you have.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if we would have kept that crew together, man, you would have been in a maybe I don't well, yeah, I mean, yeah, we're like a brotherhood. I mean, but at least you would have been had a matching. So
I would take that.
I'm telling you, man, like
shit. I would take a mini. I would take a mini.
What'd you say, Adam?
Oh, I said I would take a mini mansion.
I'm just gonna tell you, man. Like I do regret that to this. Like it's one of my biggest regrets at our youth that I wish we'd have stuck together. It will always be one of my biggest regrets.
You know what I wish we ended up going more places outside of.
And that's what I'm talking about, dude. Remember, I had the camera back then, so think about it. If we would have with that group of guys and recording all we did, do you think we wouldn't be big right now? Like I told you, like what you call it on YouTube, we only getting like a couple hundred views back then, but there were like YouTube competitors that were popping up, and people will repost my videos onto these other competitors, and dude, on those other websites, we were getting like 70,000, 80,000 views. Like we were going crazy on alternative websites because people would take my videos and repost them, and we get crazy views.
Lawsuit.
Right?
But yeah,
that's one thing that would have helped if we would have just went out as fucking dudes and just recorded and just acted like idiots. Like, man,
you remember that the table idea? We set up a table. I forgot what we was talking about, but we was just talking to girls. Just like, hey, let me ask you a quick question real quick. It's for psychology, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? And just like, hey, would you? I forgot the questions we asked, but it was just random. It was for no class. It was just because randomly, and it was right there. I remember where it was. When they had the table and the couch and the was it the English or computer lab area or something like that? Right before you went up the stairs, we just talked to people.
You know what we did do? You want to know what we did, and you can find on the internet. We did a video. Would you date a nerd?
Would you date a nerd?
Yes. And what we did? No, you weren't.
Oh, okay.
And what we did was we dressed B up, like we made B as nerdy as we could, and had to go talk to random girls. And it was called "Would You Date a Nerd?" Oh man, this is what I'm saying, man. We if we would have stuck, if I would have stuck with it, dude, we would have been big right now. I promise you that.
Yeah, because that's definitely something you can do at that age. Now, I don't know if we get ready for that now. Things like that. I mean, we certain things, yeah, but
dude, nah, dude, we're too old. We're too responsible. Some of us got kids now.
Yeah, I'd be dead.
Yeah, dude,
we got out on the internet.
I mean, this is probably. I mean, I won't say this. I mean, not out of all of us, but this is probably the best that you'll get out of all of us is a podcast at this point. This is all we got for y'all. Like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got more. I want to say
I'm in the safe zone right now.
I want to say you're safe, but trust me, this is not. I mean, heck, this is not probably the safest. If you're trying to make this your safe place, this is the wrong place. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, come on now. Between Keith and James, do you really think this podcast is safe?
No.
Thank you. Come on now. We got two.
It sounds like a safe place. Well, it's a safe place. Come in. Tell us anything that you're thinking. What's on your mind? And then you got Keith and James in the background just rubbing their hands together, like, yeah, tell us what's going on. What are you thinking about?
Like I said, as long as we had Keith and James here, this will never be a safe place. This will be a real place. I'll give you that. It'd be a hell of fucking real. But if you're trying to be safe with these two guys here, oh no.
You need one of those little sound cues, man, or something like that, where when you can press the buttons like when it's like, all right, shots fired, bang, bang, bang.
Hey man, if we can make money, or if I can get a brand new car, and I could find a place to record, that could be done by tomorrow. I keep trying to tell you, man. Like I'm probably only a car and a location away from starting making this a live podcast. I'm dead serious.
Right.
I'm dead serious. I'm like right there. It's not. I don't need much. I don't really need much. I got almost everything I need. I need one more camera at least. I did need to buy one more camera, but outside of that, you find me a location and give me a new car. Oh, trust me, we'll be having live podcasts all the time. Like that's what I'm saying, man. Like that's why I keep trying to tell you, man. Share this damn podcast, at least the clips.
I need to get on social media more. Have you noticed? I just haven't been on social media like at all.
Well, yeah, but I'm not surprised, man, because you always do that. But you've been like that your whole entire life. You'll always like be here and then go MIA for a while.
Like I've been on social media, but then like lately, like it's just I think like a year and a half. I just been kind of out of it.
Yeah. Well, you know, I actually went to this new app, and it's really an app only for artists, but I like it a lot better because Instagram, I don't know, it's. I mean, well, I'll tell people this. I'm actually going to do a video on it on my business channel. I'm on this new app called let me find it real quick. I guess it's actually not a new one. It's actually been around since 2018, but it's called Vero. And Vero is.
I don't think I've heard it, but I think I've seen it when I type in social media on the App Store.
Yeah, well, the reason why I got into it, actually, I haven't uploaded in a while because I was down with COVID, but I'm about to get back to it. But the reason why I got on Vero was because Instagram is not the same. I mean, yeah, I'll keep Instagram to kind of like connect, like on a business sense, but Instagram is not what it used to be. But Vero is literally to me, it's a place really for creators. I mean, I got a video, it's not completed yet, but I have a video made talking about it, about like some things that I feel like they should do to make it a better platform. But I really feel like it's like a platform for creators. So like if you like doing, like if you're like an artist or like a photographer, or if you just like artistry, that is to me, that's the app. And that's the app I actually moved to. And because what it reminds me of Instagram back when it was good.
I'll check it out.
I recommend any creative go to Vero. Vero is a really great app if you just want to be creative. Now, if you want to do business and stuff, I would say stay on Instagram. But if you want to be around creators and stuff, go on Vero. Vero to me is a good place to try to build a community. So, and that's what I'm trying to do over there. I'm trying to build a community. But I personally think it's going to be the next big app. And like I said, I'm trying to be ahead of the game, man. So. And I'll be honest with you, man, you're not really missing anything because, I mean, I'm on social media because I do this podcast, so I kind of have to be. But like I said, if I could afford it, dude, I would never be on social media.
Right? One of my old coworkers, he was just like, I just don't do social media, man. I mean, it's good. It has its reasons, like when you're trying to make people aware of things, like, you know, that's a way to make changes real quick because media gathers attention to it, and boom, you can make changes to like workplaces. It works, but you know, I understand. At first, I didn't understand why. You know, it's like, why aren't you on social media, man? Like, you stay with your family, like, you know, all this stuff. You know, because I used to be a person who really liked to be on social media, and I put all my business out there, and then I just stopped because I grew. And it didn't make any sense for me to do that, you know. And it just really dawned on me, like, why am I really putting on my, you know, who's really looking or who's really caring about it? Like a bunch of people who I say are my friends, but you know, are they really my friends? You know, that whole thing and everything. And on top of that, I found out that it went from me being this type of person to me like I like talking about things and catching up in person. Like, it's good to talk over the phone, yeah, but I like to be in person and talk in person.
So me, I'm kind of opposite. So because like I think I told you, like And that's kind of my issue. Like every time I'm on social media, I always find success. Like I found success multiple times on social media, but I just never stuck with it. So for me, like doing this podcast and doing what I'm doing, this is actually the first time I'm actually like in control and I'm actually doing it really like for myself. Because like all my other social media channels that I had, I kind of did it with others. This is the first time in my life when I'm on social media that I'm actually doing it for myself, by myself, and actually making an effort. Like, because I mean, if you even think about it, like if you go back to Swagology, it was a group of us. Go to my other channels. Another channel, it was me. I was a partner with the guy. Another channel, it was somebody else's channel. Like all my success on social media, because I found success, was always kind of. I always found success, but it was always kind of like with somebody else. So I couldn't really like have say. And I never kind of stuck with it because whatever the reason, like, it just kind of like, it just didn't stick. This is the first time where I'm on social media. I'm actually in control, you know? I really want to try this for once because like I said, I found success multiple times. I never took advantage because it wasn't really mine to take advantage of, you know? So that's why, like, for me, like I really am trying to make an effort on here now because like this is like the first time for me where like I'm actually in the driver's seat and this is like mine. I can have say I actually have responsibility. So for the first time, like this dynamic has really changed for me compared to all my other channels that I've done.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know I just wanted to get out. I wanted to see the different areas I can go get into. That's why I just ended up, like I said, going here and there. I was kind of always going.
We're not always gone, but you are always random.
Random, yes, because it didn't matter. I didn't make plans for anything. It was just kind of be like, okay, I'm going here today. Okay, I'm doing this. And then I changed. Oh, okay, I'm doing this. Because I just wanted to get out of the city. So I was always available just to do anything, just to get out, just to go somewhere.
Oh,
I pretty much never made plans. I was just always like, okay. That's why I would just pop up randomly. I would pop up over at your house randomly sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Like you did during Christmas?
Yeah, like I did during Christmas.
The most random shit you've ever done.
Pop up. Well, you guys gave me the okay to do so.
No, you just can't. You just showed up.
Wait, no. You said your words verbatim. Not then, but it was like some years ago. I remember that. Yo, you can come over anytime you want to, man. Okay. So I popped up.
No, I know I said that, but dude, like the way you would come over, just like it doesn't make any sense.
Nope. Pop up.
Like your ass, like there would be times where you're like, oh yeah, man, I'll be there, and be like yeah, man, I'll be there in like an hour. And your ass would show up at like 9 o'clock at night, and we talked at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
I don't remember that.
Dude, you do that all the time. And then, yeah, you would just randomly pop up throughout the day, just like, hey, what's up, man? Like, what are you doing here?
Checking up on you. How are you doing? How is everything? How's life?
Dude, man. I remember my mom be coming in, like, what is he doing here? Like, I don't know. He just showed up. And what's the first thing all y'all would do is go straight to the fucking kitchen. Go straight to the kitchen.
Well, I didn't eat anything.
But you sure as hell will look.
I just went in the kitchen because I'm like, that's the normal place you just go to. Like, because I mean, when you walked into my house, right?
Yeah.
When you walked into the house, the kitchen was kind of connected to the living. We had 2 living rooms, yeah, but nothing was ever in the first living room. There was no furniture, no nothing. It was just always blank, right? And so was that the second dining room area. It was just blank. So then when you went in, then you had the second living room, then you had the second or dining room area / kitchen and everything. You can sit at the island Or you can
Yeah,
sit
but
down.
but see, this is the difference. I would go stay at the island. You would go straight to the cabinets and look for food.
Not in your house.
Yes, you fucking did.
I don't remember that, man.
You used to do
I
that shit
remember
all
cooking
the
in your
time.
kitchen,
My mom used
and
to
I would
fucking
sit down and
complain
talk.
about me about that shit. She's like, why does he always come over and just eat up all the food? And it
I
wasn't
don't
just
eat up
you.
all the food.
It wasn't just you. It was everybody.
See, that was
Everybody.
majority of everybody else.
Everybody
was
would
just
come
there.
over. The first thing they would do is
I-
go to the fucking kitchen and just grab
No,
the
wait,
fucking
I
food.
did not eat the food. You guys had weird food.
Yeah, because on a couple of occasions I used to tell you, don't eat my food.
I don't know what it was, so I didn't eat the food. It was only a couple times I ate the food, and that's because it was normal food at your house at the time.
All y'all niggas would just come straight to my motherfucking house, go straight into my kitchen, and just start fucking eating or drinking. Every fucking time.
I really can't say, but I mean,
all of y'all niggas, you do that shit. The only person who, no, I take that back. B stopped doing that when we became adults.
I stopped doing that.
No, yeah, everybody stopped doing it when you became adults and you had your own money, you could buy your own food. But when we were kids, fuck no.
Yeah, because we're kids, and like that's just what you do. You go to your homie's house, you eat their food.
Man, I used to get so much.
Man.
I used to get so much hell for that
great
shit.
Hospitality.
I used to get so much hell for that shit all the fucking time. Tell your friends to stop coming over here and eat up all the food.
But you did give great hospitality, man. So kudos to you.
Everybody be doing that shit.
Well, I mean, again, I'm just gonna say it was great hospitality. A1.
The only reason why I'm not gonna give you too much shit because later in life you actually kind of pay that back. So
see, I'm a great friend.
I don't know about all that, but
I'm a terrific friend, man. And let me tell you, okay, in my defense, okay, I grew up and I really didn't get out to have what I would consider a normal teenage years and such.
Adam, there was nothing normal about you.
But I mean, there was a lot of things normal about me. But
dude, even when we first met, dude, it wasn't normal.
That was normal.
No, it wasn't. You just randomly popped out. Like, who the fuck are you? I remember that shit.
Who was I at? Was it in the group? I think someone told me to come over.
I remember that shit. We were at the basketball course back in high school. And I think Keith was there at the time, and we were just talking. You just popped up. And like everybody was like, who the hell are you? And just started talking to everybody like you knew everybody.
Oh, well,
and nobody knew who the hell you were.
How else are you gonna know people? That makes sense to me.
Fucking random.
Like I just pop up, I introduce myself, I start talking, and that's that.
Yeah, but
I mean, in all honesty, really think about it. If you just don't talk to people, how are you going to get to know people?
But
how do you expect to make friends if you don't put yourself out there?
But it wasn't even like that. Like it wasn't even like you were just like it wasn't like you were just there, and nobody knew who the hell you were.
Exactly. I didn't know who you guys were. I thought we were talking about the time at the table though. That's why. No, that was what Bob.
Yeah, no. I remember the first time because like Keith was there too, and we were on the basketball court, and then you were just there, and just started talking.
Yes. And like I said, how do you expect to make friends if you don't put yourself out there? I could have just walked by. So I'm like, I don't know you guys. Walk by. I don't know anybody.
Dude, me meeting James was way more normal than me meeting you.
How did you meet Jay?
Dude, I met that dude at a car show. And we were just chopping it up.
Okay,
like
see,
a normal
but that's
person.
different.
But
you're
again,
at a car show.
No,
it's a common interest. Melt the fuck down because I've had to because my wife does
Oh, hold on, you're breaking up. What'd you say? Oh, we lost Adam. Fuck. Okay, so this is a story that came out about basketball. I don't. I mean, you know who Nia Long is, right?
Yes, you're talking about the Celtics. What about it?
Yeah, and I kind of want to get your thoughts on the story. So basically, what it is, I can't say his name. After I'm not even going to try to say his fucking name. I'm going to try to say his name. I'm going to get it wrong. I don't. The whole story's not being told, but this is just what I got from doing my research. His name is Ime Udoka. You know what? Let me bring it up because I don't know how to say his name. So basically, it's the Celtics coach. Celtics suspend Ime Udoka. I can't say his name, but it's on the screen for the 22-23 season. Coach future with Boston in question. So the Celtics have suspended the Boston coach for the entirety of the 22-23 season for violations of team policies. The franchise announced Thursday. The team added in a statement, a decision about his future with the Celtics beyond the season will be made at a later date. The second-year coach punishment is a result of an intimate relationship with a female member of the organization. Some members of the Celtics organization first became aware of the relationship in July, sources said. At that time, team leadership was led to believe by both parties that the relationship was consensual. But some sources said that the woman recently accused the coach of making unwanted comments but sources says the woman recently accused the coach of the Celtics of making unwanted comments towards her, leading the team to launch a set of internal interviews. So that's what that article said. From what I've got from the little bit of information that I found, basically what they're saying, from what I found, and I don't know if this is true or not, but it's just doing some of my research. Basically, he was suspended for cheating with a staff member, which they said was consensual, so infidelity. And basically, I guess he said there was other women that were involved, and I guess they're saying that they were doxxed and they were blamed for something that they didn't do, and that's what got the Celtics involved from what they're saying. And so this is an argument I heard, and I could kind of understand that, where they say workplaces have rules against having relationships with coworkers, and they have harsh penalties for breaking those rules. Which, yes, that is true. For certain jobs or certain jobs that you hold, they don't really allow relationships with coworkers. That's fine. My whole entire point of bringing this up, and I kind of want to get your views on it, but I'll just tell you what I believe. If it's just the fact that this man was committing infidelity, I personally don't believe that dude should be suspended. What you decide to do in your room, in the comfort of your room or whatever, with somebody else, whatever, that's your business. If it comes out, that's fine, but it has nothing to do with the team. That has nothing to do with the performance. That has nothing to do with anything. What you do is your business. And both adults could consent, because from my understanding, it wasn't like there was a harassment or anything going on. I guess she came out and said there was in that article, but from what I heard, there was other women that were involved, and he said something pretty bad to those other women, and they got doxxed, and it was a bigger mess. So I don't know that they're not really telling the full story, so I don't really know what's true, but I'll just keep it this stupid simple. If you, as a man, are committing infidelity, whatever you do, that's your business. I do believe with some people that shit should have never been made public, but I don't believe that dude should have been suspended or lose his job over what he decides to do in his relationship. That's his business. It has nothing to do with the rest of us. And I don't believe that's right, that dude has to be suspended or lose his job if he just committed an infidelity act. There's a lot of people, particularly a lot of people in that level, that commit that all the time, are allowed to keep their jobs. I personally don't believe that man should have to lose his job. And not only that, if he shouldn't, in my personal opinion, he shouldn't be the one. I mean, he shouldn't be, my fault, I said it wrong. He shouldn't be the only one being punished, because from what it seems like, he's the only one being punished and the other woman is getting away scot-free. And I don't think that's right. Infidelity is infidelity. That's your business. I don't care. Hey, for example, just using you as an example, James. If we I don't know, if we had like an assistant, if I had like a female assistant and you were married and you wound up cheating on your wife with a female assistant, I wouldn't kick you out of the podcast. I don't know, if we had the money, I may find you or something, because you may damage the brand, whatever, but I wouldn't fire you, whatever, because it's unnecessary. That's between you and her. It was consent. There's nothing about it. So I have no issue with that. And I just think that I have a real problem with that dude being kicked out for infidelity. Now, with that being said, though, if it is true that there were other women involved and you,
that part of a contract,
yeah, and you doxed other women and got them involved and created a bigger mess, that I understand, because now you're bringing people that had nothing to do with it. You're making it a bigger issue. And in that situation, I can understand that. But from my understanding, the entire story has not came out. So I guess my whole entire argument with you, I just want to hear your point. And this is, I'll just keep it this simple. Do you think it's right for somebody to be suspended or lose their job committing infidelity on their wife? Or is there a good reason for it? Because in my personal opinion, I don't believe somebody should lose their job or be suspended for infidelity.
what happened?
Oh my God.
Oh, jeez. What up, Ella? Cool, Pat?
Really doing all that
Well,
talking before, but now when you got to open forum, be quiet.
Hello?
Oh, what's up, Adam?
What's up, man?
Oh, man, you finally back? All right, good.
Yeah.
Wait, so somebody got, you said, fired because of this?
Oh shit.
All right, I'll go through it one more time because Adam just came back. So because we started a new topic. So basically, the coach of the Celtics, I'll just make it. I'll just keep it super short.
I feel like if it's not written in some kind of contract, then they shouldn't have no situation over it.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah. So if somebody commits infidelity, their job should not be in jeopardy.
It shouldn't have shit to do with their job.
Exactly. That's what I agree with.
Unless
But
it's in a contract that they signed before they got accepted the job.
Okay.
But
Now,
I mean, I know it's public relations stuff, but for real, that's too much in somebody's life,
Yeah. All right. What were you saying, Adam?
I agree with you guys, but my from my experience in the military,
Okay.
if an officer commits infidelity, it can go from anywhere between being court-martialed to losing a rank to being what's the word, not expelled, but to losing his officership or whatever, and he gets put out the military. So to me
pretty
personally,
much a contract already, though.
yeah, well,
You
yeah, that's
already know
part
what
of
you're
it.
getting into with that.
But there's differences between, I mean, like enlisted aren't supposed to do it neither, but they can get away with doing it versus like the actual officers themselves who are a lot more trouble because you're in a higher position. You're in a position of leadership, so they figure that like you should not be doing these type of things. That's unfit of your position and unfit, at least in the military, of a gentleman. So if you do this stuff to jeopardize your career, jeopardize your family, everything like that, who's to say you wouldn't jeopardize, other things as well, like the people you work with, or in the case of basketball, like games or things of that nature. So at least from my perspective, because of the military, I understand, but at the same time, I do agree with y'all that you shouldn't lose your job based off of it, but it has happened before in football, I believe, right?
Well,
Not a couple of years ago, didn't that happen to one of the coaches in football?
I think there was baseball. I think. But I'll give the big example is Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky.
Well, we know how that went.
Yeah, but I'll even bring up that point. I understand the president of the United States, and mind you, I was too young, so I don't really know what was going on then. But at just looking at that from the little bit, I thought, I'm sorry, even as a kid back then, I personally did not understand what the big deal was of this dude, this guy cheating on his woman. That's his business. If you wind up cheating on your woman, that's your household you're messing up. As long as you do your job correctly and you're not putting nobody else in jeopardy, I don't see the issue of it.
That's right. And then on top of that, she was just relieving the president of his stress. That's all. It's a very stressful job to the president of the United States. So all she did was just relieve a little bit of the stress.
Exactly. And like I said, I agree with the same. I'm like I said, it's not like we're here saying, oh, it's okay to cheat. But what I am saying is that, hey,
the president should be able to get his dick sucked.
You're the president for a reason. You can't benefit.
What happened was he probably wasn't listening to the Star Spangled Banner while it was happening. That's why he
right. I'm sorry. Like, to me, actually, infidelity, that's between you and your family. I feel bad for your family, but I'm just not in a personal belief that a person should lose their job because of infidelity. As long as you're not negatively affecting the job, I don't care. Now, okay, I can maybe understand the workplace romance thing, because that can be detrimental. Absolutely. But I'm sorry, if you're messing with somebody, if you're messing with a coworker and you're cheating on your woman, hey man, it is what it is. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but hey, you do what you do. But as long as you ain't affecting the job or ain't messing up the workplace, I don't care. But
so the outcome was that he lost his job.
You gonna cheat on your wife, you might cheat on your country though.
Wait a minute, say that again.
If you're gonna cheat on your wife, you might cheat on your country though. As far as it being the president.
Oh my God. This dude said, yeah, I love you, America, but China looking kind of nice right now.
Somebody might say something like that.
China.
What'd you say?
Did you hear they was painting their mountains, and they was stapling leaves onto trees to try and make it a greener city?
Yeah.
Instead of actually doing what it takes to actually make it a damn green city.
Yeah, to show that they're fighting climate control. Yes, I did see that.
What the fuck are they doing or thinking? And this isn't like some half-wit ass idea. This is an idea that was thought, agreed upon by a panel of different people in the higher ups. Like, this sounds like it's a good idea.
They can do that shit.
Hell no.
Well, it's all about money and which not press and presentation. That's what it's all about. They're trying to show that we could be green and we're better and they're better than America. Which, hey, it is what it is.
China's just trying to save damn face. That's what they're trying to do.
Of
they
course.
can just act like anybody else. Hey, we need help, or hey, we're going to start doing this. But no, let us save face by doing this, which actually is embarrassing us even more and makes no fucking sense on any fucking level.
It makes total sense.
How does it make total sense?
They want to keep making money and show that they're green.
Everybody knows what they're doing. So how is that
now?
And they're continuing to do it.
Yeah, because money, like I said, money is a thing, man. Like I said,
money is a thing, yeah. But it also, when people know what you're doing, you can only get away. You know what they say? Anything that's done in the dark comes to light. Eventually comes to light. This is their fucking the fucking lighthouse is shining on their asses, and it's like, oh yeah, no, we're still doing it, or I don't know what you're talking about. This is all natural and everything. The fucking the shit doesn't just become like that overnight. That's the gist of it too. Like I'm appalled, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but you
Like,
know, like China hasn't been doing appalling things for decades.
Yeah, but yeah, they have. Yeah, they have been. But this is like on a different type of level. Like, certain
Dude,
things that they've done have been on different levels.
dude,
And this is one of the things.
I'm sorry. This ain't even the worst.
But
This
I
ain't
feel
even
like
the worst.
the U.S. is already, and they down with it and trying to pretend they not. They down with China and trying to act like they not.
No, well, no, they don't. They're not because
What
China
do you
is
mean they're not?
because China is our.
Okay.
I'm about to explain. I'm about to explain to you. It's because China is the biggest rival that we have right now. Like they're actually starting to match us with technology and
Yeah.
grow. So like
What is
so
that
like,
supposed to mean?
basically it means that China has a chance to become the new world order, the new great power, and America here does not like that.
I
America's
thought
down
that
with
they
it.
was already. I
Parts
thought they
of
was already
America.
near that because you
Okay.
heard how was it China or
Here's
was
my
it Japan?
reason.
No, it's China. China is very close to becoming another world,
Well,
basically a
one
dual
of them,
economy.
one of them, China or Japan, had created a miniature sun. So have we done some shit like that?
Probably, I don't know, but
This
it
is
does.
still like where
But I mean, but it doesn't really matter. 'Cause at the end of the day, China it's the country that has the best chance to really rivaling the America. No other country has a rivalry unlike China.
In my opinion, let me tell you who's winning that.
Mhm.
The person who lent America all this money that they're in a debt the best deficiency to. I don't know if it's China or Japan, but one of the two basically loaned us a shitload of money that we still owe them. And
Dude, but that's every country in the world. Every country owes
yeah, it's every country in the world, but the amount of money that we owe, I think it is Japan. So I know we're talking about China, but the amount of money that we owe to another country in itself, like yeah, I know, with checks and balances, you owe them, they owe you, something. It all works its way out, but still, the amount of money that we spend a year on just all the things that we spend on, and yet we still have to borrow money in order to meet those needs, and we're not nowhere near paying them back, or not even that. We're not even in a position to even start paying.
Dude, every country owes so much money, we'll never pay it back, dude. There's no way. Okay, so I have two questions for both of you. Actually,
Was it going in and out? Can you guys hear me clearly?
I can hear you now. Yeah, you're back.
Okay, just making sure. Just remember, I'm going to the mountains, so I may cut off.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So this actually more goes to you, LL. Do you feel the raid on Trump was fair? Do you think there might be something behind it?
I think it was probably some trumped up stuff. Oh yeah, you're not totally familiar with that term, but I think I mean, I'm not trying to defend him and that like that because I really don't know, but
okay,
it seems to me like it's a little extra nonsense.
What about you, Adam?
Say that question again.
Do you think the raid on Trump was legit, and do you think it should have happened?
The raid on Trump? What do you mean?
The raid.
Oh, the raid on Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, that's a difficult question for me to answer because I feel a couple different ways. Number one, I feel like it was legit, but at the same time, I feel like there was a slight conspiracy. But the fact of the matter is that when they did do the raid on him, he did have all those files in his home. And then his what he said after that was that, well, I'm the president, so when I think that something is declassified, it is. There are prior rules, there are and processes that the president, not only the president, but that department has to go to declassify information. There's information that's secret, top secret, beyond top secret, that's classified, and each one has a step that it has to go to just for that information. sometimes
So
I'm not
I
going
mean,
to
you would
bring it
think
up.
there would be steps in place
Yes.
to keep him from being able to keep that information
Well,
if you know
there
if
are.
there was actually if there was some type of law in place to that says that he can't hold that information, right?
He's not supposed to take that information away from the area that it's in. So when he took that information, as a person, you can move certain things around. You're taking boxes of classified information, but you can make it look like it's just regular paperwork or whatnot. Or you might have had someone else move it and then moved it after that. But I mean, when something's top secret or classified, it has to stay within the area, and it can't move from that area until it's declassified. Even reading it, you have to be in an environment where it's sometimes soundproof, sometimes just to the point where that information can't get out at all.
Well, I
So
feel like they made it a point to make this big national news. They could raid his house without it being like, big news, I guess. I don't know. But I
they
feel like they did it to make it big news so it would hurt him in him trying to rerun for president again.
well, yeah, I do agree with you on that. I feel like that it could have been done in a different way, but whenever you do anything with people of certain levels, it doesn't matter what it is that you do, it's going to make news. If someone said that Donald Trump didn't stop to kiss a baby when he kissed 5 babies, he didn't kiss the sixth baby, that's going to make the news as well. So anything with a president, on top of that, he was already famous before his presidency, is just
Mhm.
going to make national news. And the fact of the matter is, the first station to capitalize on that is going to be the one with the most views and the most return on that. And so I feel like it was a little bit of both. That's why I do feel like it was a little bit of both. But at the same time, I do feel like he ultimately did bring this upon himself. One, because of his move with classified information, if not top secret, and then two, his his response. Like, you do have an opportunity to clean up your mess or as neatly as you can, but his response was basically as if like everybody had telepathy and they could read his mind. That's that's how I feel about that. At least right now, with the information that we've been giving and his responses.
I can do it.
Now, I personally don't hate Trump. I learned about him in high school from his show, um, The Apprentice. I used to
Yeah,
watch that.
you're fired.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I always knew his name, knew he was just because he was kind of like like a celebrity household millionaire dude. But
yeah.
that's pretty much all I knew about him until I watched the show.
I
And I
mean,
felt like
technically,
I agreed with some of the things that he said on his show. I was like, yeah, this dude's pretty cool with the business point, but he's kind of an asshole with some of the shit he say. But overall, I felt like he was pretty solid with some of his decisions in the show.
and technically speaking, he's not 100% American. His parents came over on I forget what place they came from, but they came from a different country and they made their way over here and they made it up, to where they were at. He inherited what he inherited from his family as well as built what he built on his own. But he's descended from immigrants. To be honest with you, he's
I mean, who
American.
ain't?
Should
That's a part of being American is
Yeah,
being mixed up this from wherever you came from and making your life good here.
but I say that because of the things that he says, along with his fight on Obama and his whole birth certificate. So it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of funny, that he chose to go that route when his parents themselves aren't full Americans, like not born and raised here. But it's just like you said, it's just a generation.
It tripped me out though that I feel like the whole racist thing spread is a conspiracy, and I can't just say it like I'm just some kind of super Trump fan, but just looking at things and how they unfolded, like I before he was president, just knowing him as the millionaire dude, I do remember like rappers and stuff thinking he was cool.
Yeah.
And and him like hanging out with them and all that kind of stuff.
Do you remember he was on WWE?
Vaguely.
He was, yeah.
But what happened?
Oh no, I was just laughing at that because I do remember that. I do remember him showing up on, I don't know if it's WWE or WWF, but I do remember him.
I vaguely remember him running up there with the announcer or something like that. Yeah, I can kind of dream it up, but the thing is that what I was saying is that like one main dude that I seen hanging out with them, looking like they were having a good time and it was real good friends, was my main dog Snoop Dogg, and I love Snoop Dogg, but I do remember that. And then as soon as the little fuck Donald Trump phase came out, I do remember him getting on some video where he was real aggressive with it too, like fuck Donald Trump, cuz, or whatever he said. And then I just reminisced on seeing him all hugged up and being big homies with him. So that kind of trips me out, and the whole big little the whole fuck Donald Trump thing. It just seemed kind of just kind of thrown together really. And
I think it was because some videos had came up from him being in his younger years. I don't know how old he was, maybe in his late 20s, 30s, but he was up over there. He was, him and his family, they would discuss people in the sense of like race, right? So of course he'd be calling like, well, it's recorded, so I don't want to say it, but I'd be calling
the respective non-respective bad names for racists.
Yes. And they got him on video talking about it in New York when he was building houses, apartments, I believe. He was talking in like, the type of people that was going to be moving in there and to make them compact, small, so that way it was that, and that's been out for a while, but all this evidence or videos just unearthed around the same time that he was president, so it's put him in a bad light. And it was just that I just think that he just didn't explain himself very well. And granted, you don't really have to explain yourself, but when you're in a certain position of power, it's kind of good to have like be clear, so there's no room to interpret like what you mean. Like when he was talking about like make America great again. Yeah, there was a slogan from the 70s, I think, that was more racial than what he probably meant it to be. And he is an elderly man, so he probably remembers that, but the slogan he might remember might have been different, but it was taken this way, and it was never really cleared up. He just went along with it.
Yeah, he did kind of roll with the with those with his potential following of I don't want to call him his potential following of some ones that might call themselves rednecks.
I would say definitely the Caucasus of Caucasian.
He definitely, he definitely leaned on their their liking towards him just because of you know who he is as being a older white guy, blase. Yeah, so I could definitely kind of understand where some people would, you know, want to put the racist thing on him.
And even if he did it, well, I can say even if he did it,
but those are voters.
At the same time of that, that's when, you know, the Ku Klux Klan came out and started supporting, and you saw this. Yeah, you're definitely right on that. And I think at that point he did distance himself or try to distance himself from it, but again, it wasn't just in the most clear way where you could definitely be like, yeah, he definitely was not a part or had anything to do with that. Even though we all know, it's just that people just took that and ran with it.
But I feel like all that's, you know, it's kind of in place for everybody to be talking about and all that kind of stuff while all this other weird shit goes on.
And social media definitely did not help that at all.
Because that was a good thing to be arguing about while a so-called pandemic was in the brewing. Had everybody, you know, getting upset about all that stuff. And then there's, you know, supposedly, you know, got the whole COVID thing getting ready to pop up. Imagine how that would have been if we would have had Hilary Clinton in office, how the pandemic would have panned out.
Oh man, you know what? I don't even know. Probably would have ordered everybody up who was confirmed to be COVID and burned it down. No, bombed it.
yeah, you know where I'm going with that.
Came back, we're like, okay, America, the problem has been solved.
Bomb them all to hell. Get sick, kill them. They need to be away.
It's done. There should be no more outbreaks. Just in case, everyone head back home, and then we will send a doctor to check your specific areas out and give you the test results in about 3 weeks. And then the second week, you just get bombed.
That would hurt.
I think she's gonna. I honestly think that she may try for president again. You know, I really think. I
thought Hillary came out and said that she's not gonna run again.
Well, you know, things can always change.
Yeah, a woman has a right to change her mind.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm sorry about that, ladies.
You was being 100% honest. I understand.
I'm trying to be a little facetious in this mother effort.
All right. So, anyways, I want to thank y'all for checking out the podcast. Once again, I want to thank James. I want to thank Ella Coolpad. I want to thank Adam for being on here. Once again, just remember on your way out to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out the Clips channel on Fit the Description. And beyond that, we'll be back next week with a regular episode. And yeah, thanks for sticking with us. And we'll see y'all next week. Have a good one.